Here's what's happening now. Rain, lightning, wind, snow, and wind chills in the 20s. We've got a lot to discuss coming up, Karen.
Also, a very busy news day. First at 4, the first indictments in the massive Russia investigation, reaction from the White House, and what the president is tweeting. Oscar winner Kevin Spacey comes out as a gay man, but critics are outraged over the timing. Social media is buzzing, and there is much more to this story. Paula.
We're going to take you inside the brand new flying experience that Delta is offering. Take a look at this. A suite. It's going to change the way you feel about air travel.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew with breaking news from Washington, D.C. Late this afternoon, a former campaign manager for President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty to numerous charges, including conspiracy against the United States. Paul Manafort and an associate both turned themselves into the FBI today, swept up in the investigation by special counsel Robert Mueller into Russian meddling in the 2016 election. They went to court before a federal judge to face a combined 12 counts. Manafort's attorney just stepped out of court to make this statement.
Well, I think you all saw today that President Donald Trump was correct. There is no evidence that Mr. Manafort or the Trump campaign colluded with the Russian government.
Now, there is much more to the story. Let's bring in Kimberly Gill. She is in the newsroom with details on the charges and reaction from the White House this afternoon, Kim.
Yeah, hi, Karen. Good afternoon. Former FBI Director Robert Mueller's investigation is still ongoing, but his probe has now led to the first grand jury indictments. The two men charged are Paul Manafort, a former chairman of Donald Trump's presidential campaign, and Rick Gates, a business associate of Manafort's. They are charged with conspiracy, money laundering, acting as unregistered foreign agents on behalf of the government of Ukraine, failure to file foreign banking reports, and making false statements. Both pleaded not guilty in court appearances. The president took to Twitter to respond today saying, quote, "Sorry, but this is years ago, before Paul Manafort was part of the Trump campaign. But why aren't crooked Hillary and the Dems the focus?" Moments later, he added, quote, "Also, there is no collusion." This afternoon, the White House press secretary echoed the president.
Today's announcement has nothing to do with the president, has nothing to do with the president's campaign or campaign activity. The real collusion scandal, as we've said several times before, has everything to do with the Clinton campaign, Fusion GPS, and Russia. There's clear evidence of the Clinton campaign colluding with Russian intelligence to spread disinformation and smear the president to influence the election. We've been saying from day one there's been no evidence of Trump-Russia collusion, and nothing in the indictment today changes that at all.
And also today, it was revealed that a former foreign policy advisor to the president, George Papadopoulos, pleaded guilty to charges that he lied to the FBI about his contacts with Russians. One of the president's sons, Eric Trump, told supporters that the president is, quote, "still standing," and he encouraged them to continue to support the president. Karen, we'll have much more coming up at 5. We'll send it back to you.
I know you will. All right. Thank you very much, Kim. And stay with Local 4 News for continuing coverage of the indictments, including team coverage on Nightly News with Lester Holt. That's tonight at 6:30. We've got some good news for Oakland County residents affected by last week's water main break. All boil water advisories have been lifted. The order had been lifted for most communities over the weekend. Today, it was lifted for Northwest Farmington Hills as well. If your home was affected, make sure you review the before you drink the water checklist from Oakland County. You can find that checklist at clickondetroit.com. After 10 days, the Detroit-Windsor Tunnel has reopened. The tunnel was shut down for more than a week as part of a $22 million renovation project. Crews are working to replace a ceiling and also making improvements to the overall structure. Other part-time closures will continue, with the project scheduled to be done in June. For the full list of scheduled closures, you can head to our website, clickondetroit.com. Curfews are in place and thousands of angels are on patrol this evening in the city of Detroit. The city's Angels Night anti-arson campaign kicked off Sunday night with volunteers hitting the streets. A curfew is now in place through Halloween night for teenagers 17 and younger from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. Any minors caught violating curfew will be ticketed and held by police until parents or guardians pick them up. And residents can do their part. Keep those porch lights on and report any suspicious activity. Time now for our first look at the forecast. And what do we have in store for our Monday, Ben?
What don't we have is probably the better question, Karen. There's a little bit of everything out there. Most of this is scattered shower activity, but at least within the last 30 minutes, we had a lightning strike show up just to the north of Chelsea. This is going to continue as rain for most of the evening before actually transitioning to snow tonight. We do see a little bit more organized showers here across parts of St. Clair County as they move to the east over into Ontario. So the weather story tonight is that rain to snow, and it looks like there may be enough to actually coat some surfaces across the area. Wet and milder as we get later in the week, but breezy and chilly for Halloween. Take us with you when you go trick-or-treating in the Local Forecasters app. We've got your freaky forecast updated every 30 minutes tomorrow afternoon right there on the app. Karen?
All right, thank you, Ben. Some nasty weather making headlines across America this Monday afternoon with a severe storm in the Northeast. Dangerous winds, heavy rains pounded several states. More than 1.2 million people have lost power at some point during the storm. The winds reached 80 miles an hour during the height of the storm. That's left behind quite a mess with trees knocked down and many homes damaged. President Trump has suffered a setback in his efforts to keep transgender people out of the military. Today, a federal judge ruled the service members who have sued over the ban are likely to win their lawsuits. So the judge has barred the Trump administration from keeping transgender men and women from serving. The administration may appeal, but for now it cannot move forward. Today, we saw aviation history at Detroit's Metro Airport. Delta's Airbus A350 took off for the very first time, headed to Japan. Our Paula Tutman was one of the select journalists allowed inside that plane before takeoff. She shows us what is next for the next generation of air travel.
If you've been flying and you just absolutely have to get there and it's all about the destination, this is going to change everything for you. Just before takeoff this morning, a private tour of Delta's new A350 Airbus, moments before its inaugural flight to Tokyo, as the airline jumps feet first and ups its ante into the uber ultra luxury air travel experience game.
Really focuses on comfortable seating, privacy.
Seating. The moment you enter the cabin of the Airbus A350, you see the pods or suites of Delta One.
Customers will easily pull on this lever and the door will close automatically on its own.
Consider this section first class on steroids.
Especially when they put it in, they put the bed in the flat mode and able to go to sleep.
A few steps aft and you find Premium Select.
And some of the features it brings is a leg rest for it. It has noise canceling headphones for our customers.
From there, it's the main cabin. Now, apparently there's something known as flight geeks, people who love the thrill of new technology. Like Anthony Ward, who flew here from Minneapolis. He spent $5,000 for his Sweet and will turn around and fly back to Michigan just for the thrill of it.
I'm an aviation nerd and just be part of that.
Joe Gall is from Royal Oak and he's on his way to Japan on business and didn't even know what all the fuss was about.
I noticed all the people drinking champagne and there's a brand new plane in the background, but I didn't realize this was my gate.
When I told him his random flight is actually an historical first, he got in line for champagne. Ask anyone about an in-flight horror story.
They encroached 3 inches into my seating area. So we couldn't put the armrest down.
Oh, I was on a KLM flight once from Seoul to Amsterdam and was stuck between 2 6'6" Dutch men in the middle seat.
I get really claustrophobic, so I don't like to be in the middle seat.
And that's the selling point of these suites. They are an armrest, haggle-free zone. You have incredible built-in storage for oversized carry-on. You can recline the seats to a flat position, like a bed, without bumping the passenger in front of you, or more importantly, not getting bumped yourself. It becomes less, oh my God, let me just get their destination, and more about a pleasant flying experience.
I'm interested to see the benefits that they have.
Okay, so I know you want to know the pricing, right? It's really difficult to get apples to apples because Delta is bringing in these new products, but I did faux book a flight 30 days from now, and what I found was for a main cabin, it was about $200 more for the Airbus, but keep in mind, Delta is going to be interchanging these planes as they kind of, phase out the 747s and bring in more Airbuses, so I'm told that the pricing will be comparable, Karen. However, I did find a 30-day from now flight to Japan for $7,000. Sweet for that suite. Come on, girl, let's go.
It's a little out of
You and
my
I, let's go
range.
next weekend.
Maybe we could share the suite. I love it. It looks really nice. All right, thank you, Paula. We appreciate it. Well, still ahead on First at 4, for the first time, pop star Selena Gomez is talking about receiving a kidney from her best friend. You will hear from her. Also, backyard danger. We'll show you one way animal lovers have started protecting their pets. Up first, Oscar winner Kevin Spacey answers embarrassing allegations from a fellow actor and why Spacey's apology is getting him into more trouble.
Coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
Rapper Cardi B has just received the Spirit of Detroit Award from City Council, leaving some folks to say, "You're kidding." Coming up at 5, I'll explain why this choice has created such a buzz.
All right, thank you, Steve. Actor Kevin Spacey is the latest Hollywood heavyweight to be caught in a sex scandal, and his response is also under fire today. Fellow actor Anthony Rapp tells BuzzFeed that Spacey made a sexual advance towards him when he was just 14 years old, and Spacey was 26. Apparently, it happened at a party at Spacey's apartment. Well, Spacey says he cannot remember the incident, which would have happened 30 years ago. Spacey tweeted, quote, "But if I did behave then, as he describes, I owe him the sincerest apology for what would have been deeply inappropriate, drunken behavior." He went on to talk about his sexuality publicly for the first time, writing, quote, "I have loved and had romantic encounters with men throughout my life, and I choose now to live as a gay man." Critics blasting Spacey's decision to come out in connection with those allegations with a minor, saying his sexuality has nothing to do with attempting to assault a 14-year-old. Rapp says he came forward because of all the women recently sharing their stories of harassment and assault. Meantime, Netflix announced today the 6th and upcoming season of Spacey's show House of Cards will be its last. In our Help Me Hank consumer alert, federal regulators are testing a new idea to let you know about auto recalls. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is launching a pilot program. Drivers will be notified of any open recalls on their vehicles when they register their cars. About 30% of car owners either don't know about recalls or ignore the repairs, which can really be dangerous. Right now, the program is being tested in Maryland. All right, Ben is back. You said there was just going to be this mixture that could turn into snow.
Yeah, tonight.
I wanted some more details on that. Are we talking about like throughout Metro Detroit?
It'll be in selected spots. Not everybody's going to see it, but it'll be out there.
Yikes.
Now, the big question is it going to be around tomorrow? Here is a quick peek at your freaky forecast for Halloween Tuesday. Notice these temperatures sliding into the 30s shortly after sunset. Sun goes down 6:28 tomorrow, but those wind chills will make it feel like freezing. It does look like most of the precipitation should be out of here just about the time the sun goes down tomorrow, so we should see drier conditions in the dark hours of Halloween. But it is plenty wet out there right now. We've got the scattered showers, and again, we did pick up at least one lightning strike, although that's the outlier. Don't anticipate seeing much more of that. As we get later into tonight, that will transition to some snow, as we'll still have some moisture coming off of Lake Michigan to fuel that, and we'll look at that in just a second. Temperatures have managed to get into the upper 40s, but with that west-southwest wind at 17 miles an hour, it is still a very unpleasant afternoon, to say the least, with the cloud cover and the wind and the cold and the rain. So here's how things have developed on the radar, and you can see that those pockets of rain have really increased just within the last hour or so. All of this flow coming off of Lake Michigan is going to fuel those rain showers first this evening, and then eventually, as we get into the overnight, there will be a chance that some of this could turn to snow. Now, the moisture amounts are going to become a lot lighter, but notice what happens. Models starting to focus on one of these lake effect bands setting up. We're getting to that time of year where we start watching that. If this happens, it could be enough snow within that band to sit on some mailboxes or some deck railings, and that's going to be about it. Should not be anything significant beyond that. And then as we get during the day on Halloween, most of it's going to be dry, but we get towards this time tomorrow, and that's when we'll see the showers return concern as a trough comes through. And again, most of that precipitation should be gone by sunset or later tomorrow night. Otherwise, temperatures dropping to 35. We'll see a few of those light showers, windy and cold, and then some of that becomes light snow as we head towards tomorrow morning, but most of us are going to be dry. Here's a quick check of those trick-or-treat temperatures in your 4-zone forecast. This is for 7 p.m. tomorrow, and numbers going to be right around the 39-40 degree mark in the metro zone. South zone temperatures anywhere from the mid-30s out in Lenawee County to as high as 40 in Dundee and Luna Pier. West zone temperatures probably one of our cooler numbers here, mid-30s generally, probably hanging on to 39 up there in Flint. And in our north zone, we're looking at mid-30s here. Again, this is at 7 p.m. tomorrow for trick-or-treating on Halloween afternoon and evening. Temperatures do become warmer towards the end of the forecast, 50s and even some 60s as we get into Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but we do have multiple chances of rain in the back end of that forecast, including our most likely shot on Thursday. Karen?
All right, thank you very much, Ben. Still ahead, some pet owners won't leave their animals outside without these special vests anymore. Find out if it's something you would buy for your pet. But first, Selena Gomez is talking about her kidney transplant for the very first time. And she gets very emotional talking about why she thinks it's so important to speak out.
The Local 4.
In today's trending stories, a lot of people are talking about pop star Selena Gomez and her emotional story of her kidney transplant. The star's kidney was damaged from lupus, and her best friend came to the rescue, donating her kidney. And today, Gomez talked about the operation for the first time with NBC's Savannah Guthrie.
I really hope that we can help somebody. I really do. I don't think what we went through was easy. And I hope that this inspires people to feel good, to know that there is really good people in the world.
The exclusive interview with Gomez and her best friend continues tomorrow morning on the Today Show. Make sure to tune into that. Okay, this is buzzing a lot today. Southwest Airlines trending right now. Many of you debating the pros and cons of live music on board an airplane.
Hey, I know that the woes and the weight of the world can get inside.
Southwest continuing a partnership with Warner Music for concerts in midair. Usually they feature country artists on acoustic instruments. Southwest says the feedback's been positive, but many comments on social media disagree. Some travelers tweeting they like lower ticket prices instead of live music.
I guess it's no more annoying than the captain coming over the loudspeaker and waking you up. So, I mean,
yeah, I kind of think it would be kind of fun. I mean, you know.
Everybody's got noise canceling headphones.
Yeah, you're right. If you don't want to listen, just. I'd just be mad if you were trying to get on the flight and there were no more seats because like the band was playing.
That would be
That would be a little irritating. Some Michigan pet owners are worrying that living near coyotes can be dangerous for smaller cats and dogs. So now some pet lovers are taking action with special protection. Take a look at these coyote vests. They're little jackets with spikes around the collar. Those spikes are designed to stop a coyote from going for your pet's neck. The vests are available online. We're told they cost about $70. And remember, you can get pet news 24/7 on the All for Pets page at clickondetroit.com. Finally, as we celebrate Halloween this week, we are sharing some vote for the best results in categories like Best Pet Costume. So take a look at this. That is Maisie the Wolf Spider. She took first place. Pretty cute outfit. Now, many of you helped choose the winners with more than 8,000 votes across all categories. The best kid costume is Nora the Penguin meets a new friend. You can see more cute photos online at clickondetroit.com. Still ahead, this is actress Kristen Bell from Huntington Woods, dressed up for Halloween. She doesn't look very happy though. Can you tell why she's a little bummed? It has to do with her dress. We'll explain when we come back.
Airline pilots are drug tested, but not for some of the most potent and addictive painkillers on the market.
You don't want to be on Oxycontin because it's a very strong drug.
The feds are promising to fix that, adding new opiates to the drug test program, but they're leaving one deadly drug off the list.
With the epidemic that it is in society today, why wouldn't we, for our safety and security, for myself and others, not screen for that?
What pills are your pilots popping, and will they show up on a drug test? The Defenders, tonight at 11.
Finally, first at 4, you'll do anything for your kids, even when, well, they sort of break your heart.
Yeah, Michigan native Kristen Bell posted this photo over the weekend. She's dressed fantastic, like Elsa from Frozen, because her daughter wanted them both to dress like famous princesses.
Now, if you know the movie well, you're going to understand the problem. Kristen Bell voiced Anna, Elsa's sister in the movie. Can you imagine what her daughter preferred Elsa? Oh. I would be a little disappointed, but she looks pretty in the dress.
She looks forlorn. She looks like she'd rather be in something else.
I know, poor girl. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us for First at 4. We are back in a half hour with the Local 4 News at 5. Ben will have the latest on the possibility of snow.
That's right.
And our freaky forecast. Is that what we're calling it for Halloween? All right, Inside Edition is next.